10 design trends I saw everywhere at Arhaus and Crate Barrel kept showing up over and over again, and a few of them surprised me. Because even though these stores have different personalities, they kept repeating the same ideas. And design is all about the details. Some of these trends I absolutely love. A few of them make me a little nervous. And one completely changed how I think about where home design is headed right now. And no, it's not curved furniture. Let's start with the trend I literally couldn't unsee. 1. Curved furniture isn't going anywhere. Everywhere I looked, I saw curves. Curved sofas, rounded accent chairs, round coffee tables, soft edges, organic shapes. Even arches were showing up in mirrors, console tables, and decorative accessories. Now here's what's interesting. Curves aren't new anymore. We've been seeing them for several years now. And whenever a trend reaches that maturity stage, I start paying a little closer attention, because once a trend reaches maturity, it's usually a sign that something new is waiting in the wings. That's when pieces start moving to clearance and retailers begin making room for whatever comes next. So while I still love curves, I wouldn't build an entire room around them today. A few years ago, it felt like every piece of furniture had sharp corners and straight lines. Now everything feels softer, more relaxed, more approachable, and I don't think homeowners are responding to curves. I think they're responding to comfort. After years of homes feeling sleek and ultra-modern, people want spaces that feel welcoming again, and curved furniture naturally helps create that feeling. But curves weren't actually the biggest trend I noticed. The biggest trend showed up in almost every room. Hi, I'm Nikki D, your interior design bestie and 28-year homeowner, here to help you create a designer-inspired home without expensive mistakes. If that's your vibe, make sure you subscribe for a new video every week. If you watched the first video in this series, we talked about why rooms at Arhaus and Crate Barrel feel expensive. But after walking through both stores multiple times, I started noticing patterns. And when two major retailers start moving in the same direction, I pay attention, because trends often tell us where design is heading next. Trend 2, the return of warmth. The biggest thing I noticed was warmth. Warm browns, mushroom tones, caramel, taupe, chocolate, layer after layer of warm neutrals. Now, before all the gray lovers come at me in the comments, I don't think gray is dead. I actually still have gray furniture and grayish walls in my own home. But what I'm seeing is a shift. For years, homeowners were chasing brighter, whiter, lighter spaces. Now rooms feel warmer, softer, more grounded, more inviting. And I understand why. Most of us want our homes to feel comforting, not clinical. And if your home already has gray in it, don't worry. You don't need to start over. One of the easiest ways to update the look is by layering in warmer colors like ivory, caramel, brown, olive green, and natural wood tones. Sometimes small changes make a big difference. Trend 3, furniture is getting bigger. This one really stood out to me. Everything felt oversized. The sofas were deeper, the sectionals were larger, the coffee tables were bigger, even the accent chairs felt oversized. And I don't think that's an accident. I think it's a reflection of how we actually live today. People aren't buying formal living rooms the way they used to. They're creating rooms for movie nights, conversations, family time, relaxing, and oversized furniture helps support that lifestyle. Now, that doesn't mean that every home needs a giant sectional. Scale matters. Comfort may be winning, but proportion still matters. And remember, what you're seeing in a showroom is a huge open space with high ceilings, bright lights, and perfect spacing. Your home may not have those same proportions. So before you fall in love with that oversized sectional, make sure it actually fits in your room. That's exactly why I created my free floor plan guide linked below, because expensive returns are not fun, trust me. Trend 4, homes are feeling less perfect. One comment from last week's video really stuck with me. Someone said they'd be more impressed if these stores mixed old furniture with new furniture the way people do in their homes. And I think that's exactly where design is headed. The rooms that felt most interesting weren't the ones that looked perfect. They were the ones that felt a little collected, layered, personal, like they evolved over time. Because real homes aren't showrooms. Most of us don't throw everything away and start over. We keep pieces we love, we inherit things, we add new pieces slowly, we mix old with new. And I think that's one of the reasons this collected look is resonating with so many homeowners right now. Trend 5, layered lighting is still the secret weapon. One thing expensive rooms almost always have in common is layered lighting. Table lamps with marble bases and linen shades, floor lamps with sculptural silhouettes, accent lighting that doubles as decor, sconces. Beautiful rooms never rely on one overhead fixture, and both stores did an incredible job at creating atmosphere. This is one of the most timeless design lessons you'll ever hear. Lighting doesn't just help you see, it helps you feel. And that feeling is often what people mistake for luxury. A well-designed room usually has 3 layers of lighting. Ambient lighting like chandeliers and ceiling fixtures, task lighting like table lamps and floor lamps, and accent lighting like sconces and picture lights. Then, whenever possible, put everything on dimmers. That's one of the easiest ways to make a room feel cozy, welcoming, and expensive. Quick question, do you prefer a collected look where pieces are gathered over time, or do you like a more coordinated look where everything feels intentional and curated? Comment collected if you love rooms that evolve over time. Comment curated if you prefer a more curated, designer planned look. I'm really curious where everyone falls on this because I think it's one of the biggest shifts happening in design right now. Trend 6, texture is replacing color. One thing I noticed was how little bright color there actually was. Instead of using color to create interest, both stores were relying on texture. And what really surprised me was how little ivory boucle I saw. A few years ago, it was everywhere. Now I'm seeing textured weaves with multiple colors, subtle patterns, and a lot more visual interest. Honestly, textured weaves may be the new boucle. And if you've been furniture shopping lately, I'm curious if you've noticed the same thing, especially on swivel chairs, ottomans, accent seating, even pillows. More pattern, less solid. More texture, less flat fabric. I also noticed velvet again, which doesn't surprise me because velvet is one of those materials that never goes out of style. One of the reasons these rooms feel so expensive is there's layer after layer of texture. They're not shouting for attention, they're pulling you in slowly. The interest comes from what you notice up close, not from bold colors across the room. Trend 7, heritage details are returning. This trend surprised me. I started noticing traditional accents, craftsmanship, fringe details, printed fabrics, and multicolored textured weaves. Furniture that felt inspired by the past but updated for today. As someone who spent 23 years in fashion design before becoming an interior designer, I can tell you trends always come back around. The difference is they come back in a new form, and that's exactly what I'm seeing here. Traditional details are being reinterpreted in a new way that feels fresh, not old-fashioned. Trend 8, a touch of glamour is coming back. This one was especially noticeable at Crate Barrel. I started seeing hints of old Hollywood glamour, reflective surfaces, cast aluminum, lacquer finishes, brass accents, sculptural shapes, strong silhouettes. Not enough to feel themed, but definitely enough to notice. What's interesting is we're also seeing nickel and chrome showing up again, especially in accent tables. A few years ago, everything was black and brass. Now chrome is quietly making a comeback. We're seeing more reflective metals coming back into the mix. And I also noticed this in some of the Arhaus accent tables. It reminded me a little bit of old Hollywood style mixed with modern Art Deco influences. And it makes sense. Fashion trends often influence interiors, and right now we're seeing more personality coming back into our homes. Trend 9, mixed materials are everywhere. Stone mixed with wood, metal mixed with marble, glass mixed with wood, wood mixed with upholstery. Designers aren't creating interest through lots of colors, they're creating interest through contrast. Different materials, different textures, different finishes, and that's one of the reasons these rooms feel layered and expensive without feeling busy. Trend 10, personality is replacing perfection. After walking through both stores multiple times, this was my biggest takeaway. There were cozy moments everywhere. Reading nooks, accent chairs paired with ottomans, benches at the foot of beds, small seating areas designed for conversation, chase lounges inviting you to sit down and stay a while. These weren't rooms designed to be photographed. They were rooms designed to be used. The biggest trend isn't curves. It's not oversized sofas. It's not texture. It's not lighting. The biggest trend is that homes are moving away from perfect and toward personal. More character, more warmth, more texture, more personality, less matching, less perfection, less trying to make your home look like a catalog page. And honestly, I love that because it's a trend that actually works in real life. Whether you live in a brand new house, a fixer-upper, or a home you've lived in for nearly 3 decades like I have. And I think that's why these rooms resonated with so many people in the comments of my last video. What surprised me the most wasn't how many trends I saw, it was how differently I felt about them. Some of these trends I think will look beautiful 10 years from now. Others I think homeowners need to be much more careful with because furniture is expensive and not every trend deserves a long-term investment. And if you've been watching this list thinking, okay, Nikki, but which of these trends are actually worth investing in? That's exactly what we're talking about next because some of these trends I would invest in tomorrow. Others, not so much. In the next video, we're going through trend by trend, separating what's timeless from what's trendy before you spend your money. And a few of my answers might surprise you. If you've been trying to figure out your own decorating style, don't forget to take my free design quiz linked below. And if you want help designing your entire home step by step, check out Designer Home 101. Download my free floor plan guide, grab my 50 favorite paint colors guide, and I'll also link everything shown in today's video in the description below. There are also shoppable icons right on the screen so you can click and shop in real time as I show you the pieces. So keep an eye out for those. If you've been enjoying this series so far, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up because it really helps support the channel and tells YouTube to share these videos with more homeowners looking to create a beautiful home without expensive mistakes. And if you know someone who loves Arhaus, Crate Barrel, or is trying to figure out what's actually worth investing in right now, share this video with them too. Hit subscribe so you don't miss the next video in the series because we're taking all 10 of these trends and separating what's timeless from what's trendy before you spend your money. For more decorating ideas and inspiration, watch this video next. Love you all so much and I'll see you in the next one. Until then, happy designing. Ciao.